And we're live again. Slight interruption as Comcast fucks my butt, and not in a way I enjoy.
Never is.
We just teleported Brooker to the ocean and teleported back. And Brooker is being consoled by Kimberly. And she's trying to dry him off, but also, like, I don't know. She's just fumbling around. Also, Billy is wet with ocean water.
I manifested apparently to get wet.
No, that was the complication. That was part of the complication. That you went there, and then again, when you came back, you were also covered in the ocean water that got caught
Okay.
in the teleport.
All right, partner. What we doing, baby?
Well, I mean, eventually Kimberly will get Brooker cleaned up, and also Morgan will come home.
Okay.
So in comes Morgan. What is going on with this place? And they explain what had happened. And he says, well, whatever. Just get it cleaned up. I'm going to fix the toilet. And he goes up there.
I'm going to reality warp the toilet away.
Okay.
Just completely. 10.
Wow. Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. The toilet's gone. And when he goes in there, he just sees like a blank space in the wall. Not even any pipes coming out. And he just stands there silently.
Okay.
Kim? What, hon? Did you do something with the toilet? No, I refuse to go in there.
I'm going to voice mimic her and be like, because you're a cunt.
Alright. This rolls at -1. So just a straight roll.
8.
-1 though.
Oh, 7.
What did you say? What? What?
I said you're a cunt.
Your voice doesn't go through the second time.
Oh, okay.
But he sets down the replacement toilet and he walks downstairs. Did you say something to me? No. And he looks at her like, seriously? And apparently, like, eventually decides maybe he heard something wrong. Well, okay then. I just thought I heard something very weird. And then he goes back up to the bathroom.
Okay.
He's kind of searching around for
He's searching around for a toilet.
yeah, where anywhere to put install this toilet that he got. What? What is this? This house is weird.
I'm at low points. I don't really care what they do. I need to sleep.
All right. So eventually, they all clean up the living room, and you all watch stuff into the early night. Eventually, reality changes back to normal, except that the front door still has an old latch on it, an old bar. By the time you feel rested, Kimberly and Brooker are hanging out in the kitchen while she cooks. Uh, and since the piping came back, Morgan has been installing the new toilet, and that's where we are now.
Okay.
She's making some kind of pasta. Brooker's jumping around excited. It was so weird because I was in the ocean, and then it was kind of like the time that I went through the basement door, but I was outside, except I got wet. And like, I thought I was going to die. Yeah, that's nice,
And you
honey.
didn't.
Can you go sit down? I have like a coke headache here. And she says, "You know what? Maybe a bump will do me. I don't even."
I'm going to warp reality right before she takes a bump and turn it all into pure ketamine.
What the fuck? Roll it.
Roll it. I have like, oh dear Jesus Christ. Uh, 14.
So she takes the bump and she like gets pumped, expecting to get like really hyper. And instead, she gets really fucking tired. And she's like, it doesn't bring her all the way down because she regularly does cocaine. But she's like visibly depressed by it. I don't even want to cook dinner anymore.
Wow. That only did that to her? Jesus Christ on a shingle.
And then she sits down and she's like shouting, just she can barely shout now. And she's just like, "Mart, I'm not making dinner. Order a pizza. I don't feel like it anymore." Brooker's like at her side, like, "What's wrong, Mom? You usually love your cocaine." I don't know what to say. I didn't know what else to say to that. What does a dog say to their human parent person when she takes a
Mom,
bump of
holy
coke and
fire,
gets
Mom.
depressed?
Holy fuck. Okay, I love it. Um, when Brooker is not by,
you can take a moment.
fuck. Sorry, not
No,
even that funny, but that was
it was
gold.
kind of funny. I liked it.
So you know what an intellect devourer looks like,
Yeah,
right? Just a brain with 4 legs.
yeah.
Can I do that to Brooker?
Huh. Yeah. You could shapeshift, I think. Let me read it. Because you might be stuck with warp reality. Not that you mind.
It's the higher one anyway.
Let me just look at shapeshifting. The ability to change your own shape, whether you're putting eye. Okay, so shapeshifting is just for you. Wait. Yeah. There was a thing. Yeah, reality warping is definitely what you want to do.
Alright, so I'll reality warp him when she's not
Uh,
looking.
I'm gonna say there's a +1 on this.
And
On the
I want
difficulty.
to potentially, in all aspects, aside from the murdery part, turn him into a intellect devourer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Billy was a D&D head in life. And that's gonna zero me out with a 11.
All right. Bump. You take a bump down for a 10. It's effectively like scoring a 10 with a base roll.
11 was with the -1.
Oh, with them. Okay, cool. Uh, no. Wait. I'm sorry.
Because I have a +3,
Yeah.
and I rolled a 9, so that would have put me at 12. 12 -1 is 11.
Okay. Just for simplicity's sake,
I'll just say my total.
yeah, you just give the total because when I make a modifier, I'm actually altering the difficulty.
Okay. My apologies.
No, it's fine. Like either way, it works out about the same. So Brooker, she's like exhausted
Did you
and
post a picture of what an intellect devourer looks like? I posted a link.
oh sure.
So that way people can see what an intellect devourer looks like in case they don't know.
Let me find out what window I have to go to. Where did you post this?
In your
In the thing, right? I see that. Right. I see it. Hell yeah. Let me just put a thing.
Nasty little fuckers. If I recall correctly, mind flayers use intellect devourers.
Yeah, to sniff out brains.
I can send it to you on Discord if you'd like.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I'm putting it directly into the stream. Doop.
Boop, 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 boop.
There it is. Intellect Devourer. Whoosh. So Brooker turns into this thing while Kimberly's looking away. And then
to give her a fright.
When she looks back up, she does in fact scream bloody fucking murder and jumps up, but like her legs start like all wobbly because the ketamine. And she's realizing that her motor skills are not the best right now as she like runs into the side of the wall, kind of gasping, and Brooker just kind of like trots over like, what's going on? Are you okay? Get away from me! Ah! She runs upstairs, and Brooker runs after down the hall. And Morgan comes out, well, the toilet's all done, and fucking loses his shit. And Brooker's kind of jumping around like, what's wrong? What's going on? And they're all freaking out up here in the corner at the end of the hallway, shrieking and yelping and what have you.
Okay. Let's just continue to see what happens.
And they freak out for some time, and like, we're gonna say these two get in the bathroom and lock themselves in, and Brooker's just outside like, huh. So that's a thing. They try to console each other, and eventually they hear Brooker outside like, what are you guys doing in there? And when they look out, he's back to normal eventually. But they are all visibly shaken by what had just happened, and Brooker is completely oblivious but concerned. Honey, I don't know. I don't feel right about this place. Gives me the freaks. Things are happening that I cannot explain. And my Coke didn't work. What do you mean your Coke didn't work? I don't know. It didn't work. I don't want to make dinner. Order a pizza. And then Morgan shrugs his shoulders and saunters on downstairs to order the pizza. Kimberly picks up Brooker and goes into the living room and lays down on the couch.
Okay. And so I think I need to do another work reality.
Okay.
And I need to do it on to Mrs. Kimberly. Where is it? And I want to make her not physically turn into this, but have the outward appearance of something to the effect of that.
What? Oh, gangly. Like as big as
I'm trying
that?
to do nothing but scare him. What?
As big as that?
Her size, proportionate.
Okay.
But, you know.
This will be a -1 for you. Like, you actually had the -1 this time.
I rolled a 12 total.
What? And she transforms into a wolf-like creature with a kind of rat or pig face and mangled, gangly hair. And Brooker, like, kind of notices something's up as he, like, trying to get comfy against her. And then he, like, opens his eyes and he shrieks, "Wah!" If you've ever heard a sentient dog shriek. And he runs into the laundry room and hides in there. And eventually Morgan comes in. Well, pizza will be here in, I don't know, half an hour or so. I'm going to just do some Coke in here. And he doesn't really notice. And then he takes the bump of Coke, comes back in, and then notices his wife.
His wife is not his wife.
Completely transformed. And he takes a shock. Whoa! And he, when he shrieks, she wakes up. "What's wrong, honey?" And he just screams and runs out of the house for a bit. Whee! He's gone.
Is the Coke still ketamine?
No, just the one bump was.
Okay, cool. How often did you think you would hear that on your stream? Is the Coke still ketamine?
I mean, only once before, but that's a story, well, for another time. Further, she gets up and notices her hands are now completely feral claws. And she, like, shakes a little, goes up into the bathroom, and sees herself in the mirror and howls like a dog monster. and also is completely frightened by this. After some time, she's sobbing in the bathroom, but she turns back to normal. And eventually, Morgan comes back in, and he's got a revolver, and he's stalking around. And Brooker comes out. Dad, there was a monster. I know, buddy. We're gonna find out what happened to Kimberly. And they crawl up, and he hears her in the bathroom and peeks in. Honey, what happened? Did you see the creature? I was that creature. I didn't know what to do. I don't know how long I've been up here. Ha ha ha. I saw that in chat. Sorry. They all console each other.
Fuck off.
And I don't know, eventually they turn in for the night.
Sounds good.
According to my sources.
And they all sleep in the same room. They all sleep in the master bedroom this time.
Okay.
The next day.
And then...
So the next time you're ready, they're already sleeping. They've gone through a whole day. You could tell they were nervous all day. Kimberly is like really miffed. Like, this house is fucking horrible. I hate this place, while she's doing her coke and making the pasta that she didn't make yesterday.
I am,
Brooker hasn't really left the bedroom all day, but now they're all sleeping.
Okay.
Sorry, that was all. That's all I had to say.
I really don't even know.
This is prime ghosting time. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just trying to think of what exactly I can do. If that didn't scare them out, what the fuck will?
You just gotta keep at it. But you could always visit your caseworker.
And spend 30 days there.
Fuck it, it's the afterlife. Like, what are you doing?
Trying to scare people the fuck out of my house. What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
I mean, shit, I don't know. It's not like you can waste any time, though. Eventually they'll get old. But they're not gonna, like, die before you get back, probably.
Let's say I conjure object. What am I conjuring? I want to conjure a floating gun pointing at them.
Okay. You know, there is a gun in the house.
Okay, never mind. I will pick up the gun.
Well, you could do whatever. I'm just saying. Either...
No, I'm going to pick up the gun and point it at his forehead.
Okay.
And pull the hammer back.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Give me that roll. Wow.
Really? Really? 5.
You pick up the gun, drag it, like, walk across the room with it. They're dead asleep. Not even Brooker stirs. You hold the hammer back, and it slips from your grasp and fires a bullet into the ceiling. And all at once, all three of them jump up Kimberly screams.
That's
Uh,
better than I could have expected.
Morgan grabs the nightstand and whips it across the room, just in a direction. The gun falls on the ground and falls out of your grasp. And they look around just puzzled and confused. And then Morgan picks up the revolver and he can smell it. This gun went off. This gun went off. What is it doing over here?
I'm going to take it out of his hand forcefully.
Manifest?
Fuck me running. Jesus Christ, 6.
You grab the gun and he like instinctively tugs back on it as well. So you're both holding the gun around the hammer and handle. And you both have control of the gun now. Let go. He like doesn't even know what to say about it.
I'm going to... Can I talk to him? Or do I have to do a voice?
You'd have to use voice mimicry or yeah, I'd say voice mimicry. I would think manifestation could work for that, but like I don't know. Let me reread
Actually,
it.
I'm going to try to force his hand on the trigger to fire the bullets. Just off to the side. I'm going to try to make him fire the gun.
Okay. Do you want to try and direct it or?
I want to make it, like, go through the window to break the window, maybe to the floor.
Okay.
You know, away from the family.
All right.
There we go. 9. And then...
So you wrestle with the gun with him and fire a couple quick shots out the window, breaking the glass. And then he drops the gun and you drop the gun and then he picks it up again and sets it on, well, not on the nightstand. He goes across the room, picks up the nightstand, and he's like grumbling to himself, unsure. I have nothing to say about this. You know, let's just go back to sleep. Jesus, honey, maybe you ought to lay off a little bit. I'll lay off. I'll lay off for you. I'm
going to get right in the middle of all of them and do that banshee scream again.
All right.
As loud as possible. And obviously this will zero me out. Oh my god.
There you go.
That's a 12.
And you shriek. And they all yelp. And they immediately run downstairs. Morgan grabs the revolver. And I guess for some reason they all go in the kitchen.
Ruh-roh. That's a full anger.
Anger is green. I don't know why they both say anger.
I thought green was scared.
No, red is your fear.
Oh, it was green last time. That's why I...
Ah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I thought I was doing good with all the with the green being so far. I'm in I'm in danger.
Well, the thing about Brooker is that he can't really, like, he doesn't have human rights, unfortunately. So even though he's immediately saying, we need to call somebody about this. This is terrible. I don't want to live here anymore. We gotta do something. We gotta stop this. There's like a ghost or something. I don't like it. And like, you notice his like hair is standing up, like his hackles are showing.
Wait, what? Hold on. I'm checking out the bags and both say anger for Brooker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway,
Yeah, I made a mistake. That the top one's supposed to be a sphere clock though.
okay, cool. So, red is sphere. Okay, got it. No wonder why it looked like too easy of a game.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, this is fine. The green's gonna fucking green out before any of them. Yeah, I'll be fine.
No,
Oops.
I should have been clearer.
Alright, so, what happens?
So Brooker is saying we have to call somebody. We have to. And the other two are debating it. Kimberly is very upset. Or no, actually, wait. I got that. I'm sorry. I got it mixed up. Brooker's not saying that you have to call somebody. He's saying he wants to leave.
Okay.
And he's like scratching at the door basically. So he's going out the front. Morgan has the gun. And he says, you can't leave. What are you even thinking? It's like, I gotta go. I'm never coming back here. I don't want to live here anymore. And they just won't let him out. Eventually,
I open the door.
roll manifest at -1.
9.
Want. And the door slides open, and immediately Brooker bolts, and he is gone. And Morgan and Kimberly just watch him go, standing on the porch. And then Kimberly says, go after him. And then Morgan is like, and he runs down the street trying to find Brooker. Kimberly goes into the kitchen to grab a drink. And after 30 minutes or so, Morgan comes back Brookerless. And he also grabs a drink.
Would I have any knowledge of them trying to retaliate? Or is that metagaming?
According to the manual, you are aware of exorcists and that they do pose a threat to you.
I'm gonna go see my caseworker.
Okay. So you draw the door and knock on the door 3 times, and it opens up into the waiting room. Pew. Damn it.
Pew pew, motherfucker.
Okay.
Anyway, and
Hold on, because I want to take a bathroom break.
how dare you? You slut.
There's your puzzle. Oh wow, you can just grab it like that. That's fun. All right, I'll be right back.
Get fucked.
I'm also gonna grab a drink.
Oh, baby. Sweetie, did we check the mail today? Right. I don't know where the fuck the CDs are that he said he was gonna send me. He said he was going to.
Cranberry wine.
Ew.
It's actually pretty nice.
Wine. Ew.
I like wine.
I'm sorry for you.
I like wine. Let's see. Where'd I put those D10s? Okay, that sucked. Uh, 41. 41.
54.
Wait.
69.
It's 41 hours to see your
Only 41.
caseworker. Yeah,
Jesus.
not bad considering last time it was like a week and a half or something.
38 days.
Wow, that is a lot of days though. This time fewer. Not even 2 days. Hey, honey, how you doing? How is you enjoying the afterlife?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a rough time here.
Ah,
I got these people in my house and they won't leave, and I think that they're trying to, and they might be getting ready to get rid of me, and I need to know how to not let that happen.
well, sometimes you just have to be persistent.
Well, I'm talking in like, what if they called someone to get rid of me?
They might.
I'm pretty sure they're going to.
You're gonna have to find a way to get them to cool off or something, I guess. But really, what can we do about the living except try to scare them away?
Well, I was hoping you could teach me how to let them cool off, or teach me a way how to not let them fuck me.
Well, you could try resistance training. It's really important stuff. If an exorcist gets called in or somebody tries to summon you, you might have some issues. You want to resist against that.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to try to train with that. Can you teach me?
Absolutely. Let's go, darling. She leads you back to the room. That's an ant in the bathroom. I don't know. I'm just playing with shit. And she's explaining on the way, so, if somebody says your name 3 times, it'll summon you to where they are. You got to be very careful. And if an exorcist gets called in, then they might pull you up and exorcise you from reality. So you definitely want to be careful for that. What we're going to do is you're going to have a little experiment. Boop, 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 boop. Let me actually... there does not appear to be a specific task. Oh, wait. Actually, there is. I just have to read a thing. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so you go into the room.
Hold on. I'll BRB. I have to do something real quick.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right. Hey, I'm back.
Cool. So she says, so this is going to be a little intense, but we're going to go through a practice exorcism, okay?
Okay.
Just do your best, and I wish you the best. And you go in the room, and there's complete darkness, but then you hear your name being called. And somebody says, Billy, 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 appear before us. And you find yourself as if being piled up. All of your body lumps up on this table and fills out the clothes that you were buried in. And then you notice that a bunch of people standing around you. And one of them looks very like religious. None of them are a cop, I swear. Not a single one. And there's thick fog hanging around the room. You can only just barely tell where you are as they start chanting. And the priest is saying a prayer, and you can feel yourself starting to decompose and fade. So you'll have to roll resistance.
10. I have nothing in resistance, so I'm assuming it's
it's just a flat roll. So you feel yourself starting to become material, but then you shrug it off a little bit, and you're able to push yourself back into the world of the dead. So they try again, and now you get to resist the summon.
9.
You hear your name being called, and you shake it out of your head, and you step further away from the scene, and now you could see the clothes that you were manifested into are on the table, and you are apart from it now as they try a little bit more. So resist once more.
Ooh, 4.
You get pulled back into the room, and the fog is around you, and you can feel yourself slipping away a little bit as they continue to chant. You're going to have to resist again. You do resist, but one of your hands is material, and you kind of like flipping it around, and the sleeve of your garment flips up, and the priest says, "It's working. Keep chanting." And he continues with his hymn, or not a hymn, but his reading of some sort of prayer. Yes, resist again.
9.
You manage to step back away, and again you're in the third person from the scene, and you feel like you could almost get away. You're gonna have to do it again, though. You pull yourself far, far away, and now you can't even see what's going on anymore. All you feel, and all you can, all the only sensation is the sound of your voice being called. Give me another resist.
Seven.
-1 is a 6. You feel a panic go over you as you can almost feel yourself slipping back again, and you can just, you're starting to get a sense for the extreme despair of being dragged back and forced into the world of the living. But then the test is over, and you're outside the room with Bunny once again. Hey, you did all right. I just want you to think about what happened in there. And
Fuck that.
yeah, no, I agree. That's why I work here and not out there. And also, like, my house was destroyed, so I don't really have a place to go to. I'm not going to sit in the dirt, you know what I mean?
I wish I did.
Oh, you're adorable, though. If that'll be all, I wish you the best in your afterlife, and hopefully you don't get exercised.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you get a lot of experience, maybe you can apply for a job. I mean, it's not likely. You've only been dead for less than 1,000 years.
How long have you been dead?
Oh, I'm really not supposed to say.
Yeah, a woman never tells her age. Yeah.
No, it's not that. I died when I was maybe 44. I got hit by a cart.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And I think you have one more ticket.
Yeah.
You know, don't be a stranger, but use it wisely.
Yeah, I sure will.
You head back.
Yep.
And I forgot Brooker left.
Brooker fucking left.
So Morgan and Kimberly are sitting in the living room watching Jeopardy when you arrive. I threw you somewhere. Whoop. I'm gonna say you're like coming out of this wall though, and the gate closes behind you, and Morgan's guessing, and he's often not right, and Kimberly laughs at him despite not making guesses herself.
What did my training net me?
You get a point that you could put in any skill, or you can get 5 more max power points. I recommend, though, considering the reason you went there, that you put it in
Yeah.
resistance.
I was gonna say that only makes sense.
But you can attribute it any way you wish.
No, I'll put it in resistance.
Note that resistance doesn't just protect you from exorcisms and the like, it also protects you from other debtors. If you want to resist something that another dead person is doing to you, you would use your resistance for that.
Okay.
But we only have just you for now. Eventually, I might get some more players involved so that we can have a really big game of this. Because now I have all of the clocks done out, right?
Right.
The only thing I don't have is a 6 fear clock. I mean, an 8 fear. No, never mind. 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I don't have the 8 fear clock. Do any of these 8? Oh, this one's 8. Morgan's fear is 8. I don't have an 8 anger clock. Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
I was gonna say that's okay though.
Wait.
Trust me.
I just realized. Dennis's anger clock is an 8. No, it's a 6. Fuck it. I was wrong. Anyway, would you like
Anyway.
to do something?
Rest. I'm at 0.
Yeah. Bump. So you wait after your hard time training at the center, and in the middle of the day, Kimberly is talking to one of her girlfriends on the phone. Yeah, so, things have been all right for a few days. Oh, he didn't. You're kidding. What an asshole. Yeah, I'd kick him right in the shin. I swear. Don't even play like that. What? No. Shut up. Fuck you. Okay. I don't know.
I'm gonna wait at the door for Morgan to come home.
No! Don't do it! It came out. Okay, that was the only thing in there. I was like, shit. That's first in, first out. So he would be at the bottom.
Amazing.
I'm going to spice things up and say that Kimberly is on to chores in the laundry room as Morgan walks in the door.
And I'm gonna promptly kick him in the balls.
Kick him in the balls? I thought you'd kick him in the shin.
No, I'm gonna kick him with a steel-toed boot to the balls.
I need you to conjure
Or-
object if you want the
No,
boot.
not a steel-toed boot, a cowboy boot.
There you go. Conjure that.
9.
The boot is on your foot with a nice wingtip on it.
And now what? Manifestation?
Yeah,
13.
nice.
I'm gonna-
You crack him right in the groin, and you might have popped a nut as he just drops. And as he comes in, he says, "Hey, Kim," and just drops.
Right in the dick.
Kimberly comes over to the laundry room door. Morgan, what the fuck? And he can't fucking breathe.
I'm just gonna close the door on him to put him outside.
He like falls over as you close the door on him. And Kim is just watching this happen with like half amused look on her face. Like, what?
Can I do one more manifest, or will I have to roll? Not
Uh,
manifest. Can I do one more action with the manifest?
I'm gonna say the boot is still solid for the moment.
I want to kick her in the cooch.
What the fuck? I'm gonna make you manifest for that because it's targeting a new person.
Okay, because I want to be like, get the fuck out of my goddamn fucking house. Ugh. So this is going to be a 11.
Wah, wah. And she gets rocked in the cooch, and she also falls onto her knees, and she could just barely get out. Where'd this boot come from? As she picks it up off the ground, and you lose control of the boot, but she's
okay
just
with
looking at it. Where the fuck did this boot come from? This is fucked up. I like it. Eventually, they collect themselves and they go back to the kitchen.
I would think Morgan has to go to the fucking hospital. He has a busted ball.
He's sitting with a pack of green beans under his crotch. And
You know the difference between or what was it? An anal cushion and a ball cushion?
what?
About an inch and a half.
I can't believe I just got kicked in the gooch. I never thought I'd say that. And Morgan is just shaking his head.
Hashtag just DTG things.
This has to stop. I don't think I could take any more of this. Do you have other plans for the evening? It's the late afternoon at this point. Or it's the early evening, yeah.
I'm gonna wait for him to stand up and do it all over again.
Okay, so try to manifest to pick up the boot again first. Unless you could leave it, but I assume you want the boot.
Am I at a -1?
You're at a -2 for this one. Sorry.
Alright, so that's an 8.
Was it an 8?
Yeah.
So you get the boot on your foot. And you start walking down the hall. And both of them hear the sound of the boot stomping down the hall. And as you come around the corner, they're both looking in your direction as Morgan is on his feet. And now no, fuck it. Actually, that's good enough. You just walk right up and belt him right in the crotch again. And he just goes, "Oh!" And he sits back down on his cold vegetables. And I'm gonna. Kimberly gets up, and she's like, you could tell she's still hurting, but she picks up the chair and just brandishes it at the boot on the floor that is on your foot.
I'm just gonna leave the boot and go. Just watch.
And she's waving it, and she musters up whatever strength she can and just crashes the chair down on the boot several times and screams a little bit and wigs out and throws the chair, not really throws it across the room, just kind of huffs it over in the direction of the boot. And Morgan's nodding like, yeah, you tell that fucking shoe. They're exhausted at this point. They eventually collect themselves again. So you want some green beans tonight?
Now, what I want to do, just to fuck with them, I'm gonna put on the boot but do nothing else.
Alright, manifest. -3 on this.
That would put me at a. So I have a 1 on this, right? So 5 plus 4 plus 1, right?
Yeah.
And -3.
Then -3, yeah.
Okay, 7.
I always forget. So you put on the boot, but then like it's kind of stuck. You can't move the boot, but you are wearing it. And so you're like in the middle of the room and the boot shakes as you put your foot into it. But nobody seems to notice as Kim puts the chair back upright and sits right where you are. And she's just like, ugh. And then Morgan's like, ugh. And then they both sigh as you're stuck.
Alright, well, I'm probably just gonna go to sleep then.
All right. Eventually, she gets up. They get up. They go to bed. Things are all right. Time passes on. Time continues, that is. And it's the freaking weekend. Kimberly's out doing whatever. Sometimes you see her walk by one of the windows. So she's still around the house. Still getting shit done. While Morgan sits on the couch and he's just watching whatever's on TV, some kind of daytime thing. I don't know what's on the weekends in the daytime.
Neither do I.
Just some random garbage like a soap opera or something. Maybe some news.
How's his testicle situation?
He every once in a while you could tell he's still uncomfortable as he shifts in his seat, and he kind of tugs on his jeans. At some point they got rid of the boot, by the way.
Okay.
They like literally threw it out and then took out the garbage. My fucking nads. He pulls out, surprisingly, a joint.
And I'm gonna turn that joint into an opium joint.
Fucking shit. Gnarly ghost. All right. Uh, 11?
Yes.
So Morgan is just kind of talking to himself. You've noticed that he kind of does that. He'll talk to himself as like an assurance mechanism. And he's saying, "Oh, I hope that boy was right. I just need a little load off. A little bit of marijuana will do me good. It's like I'm a kid again." And he lights it up and he takes a big big rip on it, and he coughs his fucking head off. That's a lot. That's a lot more heady than I remember. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. And then the next show comes on. It happens to be a cartoon. Some afternoon cartoon for like young teenagers. You might think like a 10 to 14-year-old would be into whatever he's watching, about talking dragons and stuff. Oh man, he's still chuffing at the joint, the opium joint. Oh, I'm not really into this, but I don't feel like getting up right now. Hey, Typhlu! This is Tabletop Sim. We're playing Manual of the Dead. So Morgan, like, gets halfway through the joint and he's like, oh man, I don't remember it being this strong when I was a kid. I don't even feel hungry. Normally I get the munchies. This is just tiresome.
Oh, I was holy shit, dude. Fucking drooling in his chair. Oh.
You could tell that things are kind of fading out and fading in. There's kind of an echo in the air as Morgan's high kind of manifests throughout the room. Oh boy, his voice kind of bounces off the walls as a dragon talks to him through the television. Not like directly, but he's really into the show now. And that's when Kimberly walks in. It smells like opium in here. Mark, did you get some, like, heroin or something? What are you doing over there? And he says, no, I just bought some marijuana off this boy that works at the fish place. And she's like correcting him in the aquarium. Yeah. I think this is like government weed, I swear. And she like picks up the joint and sniffs it. She's like,
and before she sniffs it, I want to turn it into a meth joint.
okay. Make a warp reality. Hi, Tythlu. We're doing pretty good. This game is kind of fun.
No, I'm trying my hardest to fuck with them so that way they're just like...
Yeah, he's... like, Morgan has been away from the action most of the time. But he's got a short fuse. So it's
10.
Interesting. 10?
Yep. No, see, like, what makes this really interesting is that it's not the fact that I miss drugs, it's just the fact that we implemented that we wanted drug use in the palette.
Yeah.
So therefore, we have to use drug use at some point. It just so happens to be that if they're doing drugs, I'm going to change the drug on them to fuck with them so their reality is so fucked up that they freak out about it.
So she puts the joint up to her mouth. Up to her mouth. So she smells it first and she says, huh, it doesn't smell like anything. I thought it was like opium or something. And then she lights it and takes the hit and she like tweaks a little bit. Oh, okay. No, you didn't get weed off that boy. This is just meth. Oh, wow. Honey.
Oh, wow.
How are you just sitting there? And Morgan like looks up at her and doesn't even know what to say. He just has this like glazed expression on his face.
Just meth.
Wow. Just meth. No, we've established that Kimberly is a valley girl who is already into coke.
Meth is just an everyday weekend thing. An everyday weekend thing. Wow.
No, no. You're not wrong.
She's a cokehead on the weekdays because that doesn't interfere as much as meth.
So she says, you know what? I can't sit down in here with you. I'm going to go do some more chores for a bit. I wonder how the basement's looking. And she just goes down to explore the basement, which is dirt. You've been in there, but you've only been in the one part. There's a crawl space between there and the regular basement. I didn't map it out because, like, whatever. So she's out doing her thing.
Un momento, por favor.
Yeah. To catch you up, Tythlu. Reminds you of San Francisco? It could be close to San Fran. Because earlier, Billy, who is the deceased, Billy the marine biologist, warped the previous living person on top of the Golden Gate Bridge, and we determined that was a few hours away. I think that's in California anyway. My geography could be bad. Let me see if I can get more of the chat, because this is going on a video that's separate from Twitch, so the chat won't appear.
Which is a shame, really.
No, I have the chat centered right now. My geography is spot on. Good. I was hoping I was close. So, DTG.
Yes.
We've determined it's highly likely that you live very close to San Francisco as a big thing.
We established that I was a couple hours from the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't actually know where it was, though. I thought I knew. Hey, I had confirmed that literally seconds ago.
Right.
So, Morgan is fucking ready to sleep on the couch, and Kimberly's having some tweak cleaning in the basement. She seems to be enjoying herself, though.
I'm going to warp reality that there's no door out of that basement.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
And yeah. That's going to be a 10 there, Chief.
Nice. So there's no door anymore. She patters through her cleaning. She manages to organize some things down there. There's some like garden tools and stuff. She checks some valves and looks at the fuse box and stuff, and she makes some mental notes to herself and has an interesting time about it. And then she goes up the stairs and runs right into the wall, and it's like happens to be made of the same wall that the kitchen backing is, so it's like a drywall kind of with like wallpaper on it. And she's like feeling around. Hey, this is like, what is going on? And she starts knocking on the wall. Meanwhile, Morgan is like still conscious, but like zonked out, and he picks up the joint. I never knew that meth could be so mellow. And then he lights it and takes a hit, and his eyes dart open, and he is just like, the fuck am I watching? It's the middle of the day. I can't be wasting my time in here anyway. Oh, maybe I didn't do it right the first time. All right. And then he hears the knocking on the wall. So of course he goes to investigate. And the two of them, you could just kind of see them both because you manifest through the wall, or not manifest, but you float through the wall.
Right, I can see in and out at the same time.
Kimmy, you in there? Yeah, Mort. I lost the door. I don't know where it is.
I've lost the door. I love it. That is.
The two of them like argue about how to get it done, and then they remember that Brooker had burrowed in not too long ago.
I'm going to do a cave collapse on that tunnel.
You could. How would you want to? There's a couple ways you could do that. What do you?
I just want to make all the earth seal.
Okay, so you like want to like purposely close it up so that it would have to like dig through it again all the way.
Yes.
Okay, so give me warp reality. -2. No, wait. Is that one -1?
That would be -1.
Okay, you got a -1 on
My
this.
total would be 15 without any minuses.
Okay.
So a 14.
Yeah. You seal the earth back up, and Kimberly's clawing around and feeling around, and she like starts to feel claustrophobic.
Good. Better.
Yeah, and she is having a mini panic attack here and muttering to herself, "Oh, we gotta call somebody. This is ridiculous. I can't put up with this shit anymore." So I accidentally gave her Morgan's accent a little bit. I don't know. I'm bad with accents.
Okay. I'm going to. Well, how long has my warp realities been working?
I've been giving it about 12 hours, about 12 hours per.
About how long should this tunneling last?
The tunnel? No, well, I don't know. Let me roll my special dice. Okay, so eventually she notices well, the tunnel is permanent. First of all, like there's just dirt back there now. It wasn't. That's not much of a change, I think. But
Secret tunnel.
the eventually the door comes back and Morgan opens it up and says, "Kim, quick!" And she runs up. Do you want to interfere?
Nope.
And she jumps into the kitchen, and they both slam the door. "I'm never going back there again. We're calling a fucking priest or something because I can't handle this shit." And she gets on the phone.
The one that exploded?
They got a different phone. Morgan got it out of his car at some point.
And so I'm going to warp reality their vocal cords away.
That's fucked up. This is -2.
My total is 9, bringing it down to 7.
So you get most of the vocal cords away. Oh wait. Even if I bump the difficulty, you still get the same result. I was gonna bump it by 1. So you get most of their vocal cords away, but they like instead it makes their voice really squeaky and hoarse. So she picks up the phone and says, I can't even do the sound I want. "I need to talk. Oh my God." And the person on the other end of the phone is like, "What? I can't. What? Hello?" And then Morgan comes over and says, "Let me see the phone." She hands him the phone and he gets on it and says, "Listen here, my wife wants to know how to do this." That's really hard to do. Oh my God. I can't believe that doesn't hurt. And they're just like, they're squeaking into the phone and having a mini argument like, "I can't have my God."
Okay.
This goes on for a while, but after like 5 or 10 minutes, their vocal cords kind of grow back or something. as they kind of force their perspective back.
And then I will try my best to warp the phone away.
Do it up.
That's a flat roll of 6.
And the phone is let me think. So they this time Kimberly has had it. She makes Morgan call. And Morgan picks up the phone, and then you slide it halfway into the wall so that after the call is connected, it is like he can't do anything else with it. So he's just, the receiver's stuck and they can't talk to them because the talking part of the receiver's in the wall, but they can hear what is going on the other side. So Morgan is kind of shouting into the wall about how they need an exorcist. And Kim says, fuck this shit. Like, I'm just going to go down to the church. I know where there's one. And she gets up to leave.
Whoops. And I'm just gonna leave my house through the window.
You sure?
Yep.
Like, you know, the desert, the desert of Saturn's on the other side, right?
Yep.
All right. So you go in or out of the house, and out is the endless dunes of the sandy surface of Saturn. And it's bright.
Am I able to just float by my window?
And no, your window is like 12 or 13 feet off the ground.
I can't just float by it?
You have to use your levitate ability.
And I sit in my window.
Yeah, you could do that. You just sit on the edge. Sorry, I didn't mean to move you.
I'll just sit in the edge and try to get some rest.
All right, so you watch as the sun, complete blazing in the horizon, is just infinitely ahead of you. It takes a long time for it to dip, and you never actually quite see it go beyond the horizon. So once in a while, you see a sandworm crest over the surface of the sand and then dive back in. But other than that, it's pretty peaceful. By the time you're well rested, you get up to go in, and one of the sandworms breaches the sand and is heading straight for your perch on the window. It's bearing down on you.
I'm just gonna...
Yep. The sandworm is much bigger than the window, and it globs onto the side of the window. And then one of its, what do they call that? Is it like a thrombic jaw?
I have no fucking idea.
Just like the xenomorphs and aliens, these creatures have a second jaw inside their throat. And that pops out to eat you. And inside that, a third jaw extends from that. And that thing has a head. And that tries to eat you. And it bites at you. It might connect.
Even though I'm inside?
Well, it's reaching in. You're going to have to do something.
I'm going to warp reality that the tongue or that the sandworm is no longer there.
Okay.
$11.
You warp the reality of space so that the worm slides back out the window and crashes in the sand outside, but you don't really hear it. You could just assume that's what happened as you look at the window and it's just regular outside. You could see the neighborhood.
Okay.
You're back inside.
Alright. So what's going on in here?
Let me consider. Um, Back inside after you're all rested. Um, it's now the early morning. I'm going to say it's a Sunday. I'm pretty sure that follows.
I think it would.
And Kim and Morg are just sitting on the couch watching I'm going to say some sort of news program, like a special 60 minutes or something, whatever that is. One of those special story, long format news station things, news broadcast. And they're just chatting away about the events of the day. Still Kim was shook up. Apparently they eventually did get a hold of the exorcist and he will be in at some point. And she says, they said that if you know the name of the spirit, they can have less control over us. Do you know anything about that guy? And Morgan says, well, I think...
And warped reality is vocal cords away.
I fucking knew it. Do it. Roll that shit.
Seven. Or 8, rather.
Well, the guy from the Marine Biology Center said... What? I didn't hear that. And she says, you're making fun of me. And he's gesturing no, and he's trying not to talk anymore because every time he does, it squeaks. So she crosses her arms and just goes back to watching, and he looks a little frustrated.
Okay.
We'll say that he's freaking out about it too, because it's the second time.
I'm gonna just try to rest.
All right. It's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, when you feel rested once again. What? I can't hear you. He said chocolate.
And I am going to shapeshift and manifest into a yet another D&D creature.
Ooh.
And let's just go with the classic. Let's go with a beholder.
All right.
5th edition style beholder, because those are actually horrifyingly terrifying.
Do the rolls in whatever order you prefer. Well, you should manifest after you shapeshift. So shapeshift first. Whoa!
Whoa. Well,
That's a max break.
that's a 14. With a 10 manifest.
And you pop into existence floating in midair with your eye stalks flailing.
And I'm going to do everything I can to act like a beholder.
And as soon as you start on your bullshit, they both shriek and wake up, and they like take a look at you, and Kimberly immediately is fed up and she runs out of the house, presumably never to be seen again.
Later. What about Mr. Morgan?
Fuck.
Oh, fucked up.
I think it did.
Went to the wrong bag.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna have to empty them anyway. Morgan also leaves the house, but eventually he comes back like 5 minutes later. With Kimberly behind him, and she stands at the porch and she won't go in, and she says, "Listen, I'm not coming in until you figure your shit out and get that whatever it is out of our house, okay? I'm
Still
going."
the beholder.
Yeah.
I want to shoot a laser by them, manifest a laser shoot, have it purposely hit like at their feet.
Give me another roll. This one is going to have a difficulty of +1. So you just roll your regular shit.
I, in total, rolled a 12.
Okay. So you zap the ground at her feet, and she like jumps and just runs, and then definitely is gone. And Morgan runs after her, and he says, "That's it. I'm getting the He can't even talk. It is hours later.
While I am resting during that time.
Absolutely. Morgan comes in with the priest. And they go, and the priest is saying, "Where did the haunting originate?" "In the bathroom." "Perfect."
And I'm going to warp reality so that it's an infinite loop of the stairs. That way, if they go up the stairs, they're going down the stairs, and if they go down the stairs, they're going up, and
Okay.
so on.
Yeah.
In a circle forever. That is going to be a 12.
Uh, so they walk around and around the stairs, and immediately Morgan knows something is up as they're in a subspace. And the priest says, "The attack has already begun. We're going to have to start now. Do you remember the name of the spirit?" And he says,
Vocal cords away on Morgan.
"This is going to be difficulty of +2.
I'm only going to add 1 to my total, and my total is going to be an 11.
Cool. So the vocal cords go away, and the priest doesn't even flinch about it. He immediately opens his book, a Bible or something, and he starts thumbing through it, and he starts chanting some sort of passage about was that from Revelation, or
I have no
I don't
idea. I
remember,
never
but
read it.
lo, I beheld there in the valley of the shadow of death, etc., and so on and so forth. And he starts reading, and you can feel a little bit of pressure on you. Do you want to give a resistance roll? You get -1.
No.
Okay. Eventually, the stairs go back to normal. And Morgan finds the strength to speak again as they get up and go down the hall. And the priest says, "As long as the demon is in this world, we will call him here." And he has to go about it the long way. But that reminds you of a thing that you read in the manual, is that you cannot be summoned unless you're on the same plane as the summoner.
So I'm gonna try to go somewhere.
That's the thing. There's only so many options.
Would being on Saturn summon me here?
No, actually. If you go to Saturn, you can avoid this.
I'm gonna go to Saturn.
All right.
And I'm gonna...
How do you... Which route do you use?
I'm just going out the nearest wall. Or out my front door. Just like that.
Whee! And you're on the stoop, and the stoop is floating like 20 feet above the ground. But you can still feel the pull. So you're going to have to stick it out. You can stay on the stoop, but the possibility of a sandworm is very real.
Yeah, I'll take that risk. Safer here than there.
Just because I love rolling Dipermill. I see somebody in chat as well.
Trey Troy.
Trey Troy, hey baby. Oh hey. Thank you for the lurk. So a long while goes by. Let me actually put Kimberly back in the start. And I'm going to say you get enough time to rest, so you get some of your power points back.
Okay.
Because I assume that's, unless you would want to wait, but there's no way to tell when it's safe. You could wait as long as you want, honestly.
I want full power.
Okay. So you wait a couple days. I'm gonna diaper mill once more. All right. It's the mid-afternoon when you return. The priest and Morgan are sitting at the kitchen table, having lunch, some sandwiches, beautiful Italian hoagies. I decided they're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
They're just chatting away. It has been a while, but there's still an attachment to this place, says the priest. You don't know if he's full of shit or what. But also, actually, shit. There it is. Man. You get in there, and there's this cat, and it immediately hisses in your direction. And the priest gets up to check things out. And you could tell the cat doesn't know where you are. It can just tell you're there. The priest picks up the cat.
Okay.
He says, there. And she says, there's something here. I can feel it. Nasty ghost thing.
Nasty.
No, she's a cat.
I guess I turned into not a so peaceful spirit.
I mean, it's just a cat. It's not like they, like... I'm not saying that... They are guardians of the dead, though, but... Not like
try
that.
to switch her with Brooker?
I'm going to say yes, but it's going to be a difficulty of +3.
And what am I rolling this with?
Let me think. I'm going to say teleportation on this one.
Ew. That's that's a 4.
Oh dear. Well, no, it should. You get a normal roll. The +3 is added to the difficulty.
And I roll
Like a 7?
a 6.
A 6? What? It just doesn't work. She says, I can feel it looking at me. I don't like it.
I'm doing it again.
Do it up.
There we go. 12.
And it happens. Brooker warps in, or teleports in, and the kitty teleports out. And Brooker is immediately like, Dad? Brooker! He says, fuck no! And then he starts running toward the door and scratches at it. And the priest says, this is a very powerful spirit. We're going to have to get to the exorcism. And both of the men run up the stairs to the bathroom. They get in the mirror. And this time they're prepared. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Billy, I summon you here. And he goes on his tirade. Well, you need to resist.
That's a 13. No, that's a 12, sorry.
Wah, wah, wah. You manage to resist, and the mirror shatters, cutting both of the men with glass as they recoil. It's worse than I thought. We're going to have to do a full exorcism. Go get some of your friends, Morgan. I have to do work here. And Morgan leaves the room while the priest starts pulling some things. Or the priest goes into the laundry area. Morgan opens the door. Brooker goes out with him. And the priest...
The fuck off.
Yeah. Goes back to wherever it was he was hiding out. What is this that you put in my chat? Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. Interesting. I will add that to my list after
It's
this.
not on Steam, but it's on Epic Games, so it's still a PC thing.
I'll think about it. I don't have Epic Games right now. I never actually signed up for it.
Yeah, it's totally free. You know.
Cool. I think DBD is on Epic as well.
I have no idea.
It might have been. Anyway, that's beside the point. The priest is taking out some candles. One of them has a saint on it that you don't recognize. Just it's one of the saint candles. And he lights it, and you immediately are pushed back to the edge of the door. You can't enter anywhere where the light from the candle touches.
Fuck that.
Although you can resist it.
I'll just be whatever about it for now.
It is bright, searingly bright, as the priest's faith is very strong. And that's when Morgan returns. And Morgan as Kimberly, not Brooker. And two people, just cause. Is that too much? Actually, yeah, fuck two people. You just did all that work to get rid of the cat. So I think I should give you a break there. And just comes in with one of the neighbors.
Okay.
And they all pile into the laundry room. And you can hear them talking as they discuss the things that are about to happen. And they set up for an exorcism.
Can I explode the candle?
Yeah, but it's going to be very difficult. First, you get... you're just going to do a straight roll. But the difficulty goes up by 3 because it's the priest's tool. And then the difficulty goes up again by 3 more because of 3 additional people, including the one person who would be the witness. So, good luck. Oh, wait. You also have the option to spend 1 point to add 5 to your roll before you roll. And I think that would be pertinent here.
Rolled.
You could go with that, or you could roll again if you want to add points.
Well, I don't know what my entire total is because I don't know what I add to it or not.
Oh, I didn't even give you a skill. We'll just re-roll it. But if you want to explode it, you can give a reality warp. And if you want to spend points, just let me know.
Sure, I'll spend 1 point to add 5.
Okay. 14 max.
So 6 plus 5 plus 3, 14.
The candle does explode and it goes out, and then you can enter the room once again. Morgan is definitely shaken by this. The other two jump as well. And the priest says, we'll have to hold hands, gather together.
I want to reality warp their hands away.
Fucking disgusting. Give me a roll if you want to. It's gonna have a difficulty of +3.
Spend a point
Okay,
for 5.
nice.
This is reality warp.
Yeah.
So 9 plus 8 is 17.
So they all no longer have hands, and they all bump wrists together, and then they like are shrieking like hysterically, like Kimberly already can't fucking take it anymore, and she is gone. She says, I can't, you gotta do it without me. It's just
You be a nosy bitch who keeps listening. I wanted to be friendly, but apparently I'm not allowed to be just completely okay with it because the goal is to get people out of your house.
Eventually, yeah, because it will be harder to be unalive if there's lots of people. You can't really enjoy yourself because of the difficulty.
Right.
They all join hands once again. No, they don't join hands. They don't have hands. But they stick it out. Morgan says, I could do this. I could do this. And the neighbor's just like, what? But the priest is committed, and he just starts reciting from memory.
And there
something.
goes his vocal cords.
Roll warp reality. Sorry.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it highlighted, didn't I?
Yeah.
This is -1, by the way.
Okay, so only plus 2 in this case, so 8.
All right. So he can no longer speak as his vocal cords are solidify in his throat. And then Morgan gets concerned, and he just goes, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, in the name of God and all the holy stuff, Billy, please show yourself here. And you will have to make a resistance check at -2.
Okay, 9.
And you're able to keep away from being summoned. And so the neighbor starts chanting, but it's not quite working, as they lose their nerve. So the neighbor's just going to leave. And the priest and Morgan sit in the room, and the priest is concentrating very hard. And Morgan doesn't know what to do. Although we'll put his fear up again.
And now I just want to warp reality to just instill more and profound fear into Morgan.
I'm gonna need you to be more direct.
But I just can't give him the sense of unnervingness.
No, but you can suggest a lot of things that would cause that. You could even suggest that a presence is unnerving, but I feel that there should be some action about it.
Can I make him literally relive his most anxious moments?
Absolutely.
I don't know what to roll this against.
You said you wanted warp reality. I guess that's really the best thing. With -2 here.
So with a -2, this only goes up to a 12.
That's pretty decent. So Morgan is holding his head and just overwhelmed at this point, and he's muttering to himself about his regrets and his time spent wasted on drugs and alcohol. And I don't know. I'm sorry, God, or whatever. I'm sorry, Buddha. I'm sorry, like all the spirit animals and creatures, and he's just continuously apologizing. And the priest is like just trying not to lose his grip as
He has no grip. He has
he has no hands, as he wills himself a little bit, and his voice is starting to come back, and then he starts calling on you once again. So make a resistance, but just with the -3.
My total is 11, -3 is 8.
All right, you're able to plainly resist him, and he manages to exhaust himself for the moment, and then he lays down and just passes out while Morgan is just rocking in place, imagining all of his worst moments.
I really can't do anything with how low my power is.
I mean, you could try.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
It's just too low.
For the rest of the evening, the two gentlemen just cope for a while. Eventually, their hands come back and they return back to normal. And the priest lights another candle, which pushes you out of the room that they go to. And the priest goes up into the master bedroom. They close the doors. And they light some more candles. And now this whole master bedroom space is keeping you out.
I want to pop all the candles.
I don't know if you can see in there. So it's very difficult to interact with that space. How would you like to put out the candles?
Can I just warp them away?
You could. If I could make a suggestion, though, if you use one of your lesser powers, you would spend fewer points trying to get things done. If you want to kind of stretch this out, so you could try using your other means and use the points that would have otherwise been spent to increase your roll.
Well, what I was going to do was I wanted to teleport them away.
Okay. You can roll teleportation then.
Alright, and I'll spend a point.
Cool.
Get 5.
Bonk. It is +3 difficulty. Sorry.
My total is 12.
The candles are teleported outside the house, and the room is enshrouded in darkness. And the priest just calmly says, "It's begun," as he pulls out his book. And he holds up a rosary. And you find that while he's not making any intonations and he's not evoking any names of God, you still can't get close to the priest right now, as he just focuses.
Can I teleport the rosary away?
Yes, this is extremely difficult at a +4 base difficulty
I guess
and
I'm spending a point for another 5.
a +1 for having Morgan watch. So you're not spending the point, or you do want to?
I'll spend the point.
Okay. Oh, that's not too bad.
13.
Cool. You managed to teleport the rosary away, and the priest. Well, you can get next to him now, but the priest immediately assumes a prayer procedure, folding his hands and kneeling, and evoking his Holy Spirit. And Morgan follows suit. He's not really sure what to do, but he's muttering his own prayer to himself. And the priest is going through his motions while you circle around.
And I want to reality warp the priest to Timbuktu.
That's pretty far away.
That it is.
You have a difficulty of +4 on this. Well, +3. It's not as dire. +3 on this for the difficulty, but -1 to your roll.
-1 to my roll.
Yeah.
Give me a 9.
What score did you use? I'm sorry.
I used reality warp.
Okay. So the priest is teleported to Timbuktu along with Morgan. And they're both gone. And you're left in the house alone.
Finally. Let's go watch Jeopardy. Does that freak Morgan out? Yes.
Nope.
No? God damn.
Not quite. I have one more little sequence.
Whenever they get back, I guess.
Oh no. Because what happens now is you are enveloped in darkness and you hear your name. Billy. 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 Roll resistance.
I ignore them shits. Oh, Jesus Christ. 6.
You're starting to resist, but you still get pulled into the space. And just like in the simulation, it's just darkness while you watch a scene ahead of you. Kimberly and the cat, they're all sitting around in the church or a church or whatever, and you could see them preparing an exorcism for you. So you are resisting, but you are stuck here. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then the cat hisses immediately as you say that, as that is the priest's patron. The spirit is here. And they start chanting. And now it gets difficult.
Alright. What do I roll?
You will roll resistance. If you want, you could put points on it too.
Sure. Let's put a point on it.
Donk.
Eight. plus 6 is 14.
You're able to pull yourself back, and you're back in your living room. You can still hear the chanting though. So roll one more resist. I guess technically you could spend your point. I'm realizing because it's before you roll, so you could zero yourself out here. Oh wait, that's the difference. If you spend the 1 point, you get -1 because you have 0 when you roll.
So wouldn't that just put me at plus 4 instead?
No, it would be a 0 anyway, so it's still a straight roll no matter what.
And then I'll just keep the point.
Okay. Uh, 9?
9.
Wow. You're able to shake the voices out of your head, and you don't hear from them again for the rest of the day. They show up at the door because this is where this is going now. They pop in. Immediately, the cat runs into the common room and says, "In here." And the two men are following. It's moving. She can track you. And she just stays with you. In fact, if you want to highlight her, she doesn't know exactly where you are, but she follows along pretty consistently. And the two men are following her.
Okay. Come on.
You just want to go for the resistance?
Yep.
All right, they start their chant.
Eight.
You manage to resist being manifested by force. I will say you might want to try to get rid of Morgan directly because that's your ticket out of this mess.
Okay.
So you could choose to wait to resist. Like, you're going to have to resist anyway, but you can take an action first. In fact, I'll let you take a couple actions because it's not like they're like auto resisting you or auto exercising you. This is their last break, their absolute last chance.
I want to wipe his memory of the house.
That's devious. Reality warp.
Wow. 6.
So you wipe Morgan's memory of the house, and he like does like a double take, but like he doesn't really recall like your name or anything. He's just kind of there, and he kind of just wanders around. What is going on in
I
here?
want to wipe the priest's memory of the exorcism.
Give a warp reality.
The cat and the priest. I'll even take a difficulty.
Yeah. So this difficulty will increase the difficulty by 3 at least. Yeah. I'm calling it 3. Yeah.
Spend a point.
Mm-hmm.
9 plus 8 is 17.
Everybody's memory has been wiped. the cat and the priest are kind of wandering around, and they all like look at each other like, what were we doing here? They stand around talking confused. And the priest says, well, I don't know, but have a good night, Morgan. And he leaves. And Morgan scratches his head. Where the fuck am I? I guess I'll look around. He just starts
And
wandering.
then I will manifest and shapeshift again. Do both.
Okay.
Into generic scary thing.
Yeah. Well, you can shapeshift first. Nice. -1.
That gives me a 10.
And this is -2.
Or 7.
So you manifest, but you're stuck in the floor, and Morgan jumps, and he's like kicking at you as your skeleton bones, I've decided you're a skeleton, smack against the floor, and he's like taking charge of the situation for a moment. But you're fully manifested at this point. Just stuck.
Okay.
I want you to do another thing.
Okay. I got nothing. I was hoping that would scare him out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that works then. Like, I don't really know how else to do this. I'm not trying to drag it out really. I don't know how to complicate this roll except that you get stuck on the floor.
Yeah.
So he leaves the house, and you're sure he won't be back. He says, "Fuck this shit. I'm quitting this house. I'm gonna go back and live in this city." That's you. You get to well-deserved rest as you sit down.
Fucking finally.
Yes.
Jeopardy time.
Calling it a night, have fun, keep being wonderful. Thanks, Tythlu. Thanks for sticking it out. And I don't know. Congratulations to Billy, who got his house back.
That's really difficult.
Yeah. Well, in the end, it gets harder with more people, but also I think with a larger game with more actual dead players, it could be a lot different. So now I have all these pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna see about other people. Cough, cough, follow Ruber. She's great. Thank you. And it's always a blast. I appreciate that. So I'm thinking if people have Tabletop Simulator, oh my God, you're like lagging me. We can, you can send me a DM and shit. I'll be looking for more players. Wave. Yay, Trey Troy. Do Trey Troy have Tabletop Simulator? And also, like, people could play without Tabletop Simulator because the game itself is pretty static. We could just describe what's going on, and I could stream the game into Discord at the same time so people could see what's going on. But anyway, this game was created by Jason Wahlberg. Follow him at jwahlberg4 on Twitter. And I want to congratulate DTG. I'm going to be switching games after this, so sit tight, and I'll move on to the next thing. Give me just a sec.